Today we're going to talk about business decisions. Business decisions, they always come on a fly and they're spontaneous and they're inspiring. They get us excited. And the last thing that we think about when we are entering on them is the type of marriage contract that I'm under. Again, we're looking at in community of property, out of community of property with accrual, and out of community of property. Now, every business comes with a risk, and that risk poses a threat to your solvency and liquidity as a person, which can then affect your marriage or which it won't. Now, before I deal with how that impacts the different marriage contracts financially, I would like to say losing your business or being liquidated as a result of a business decision is a difficult thing. And it doesn't matter which type of marriage contract you are under. It's most likely going to bring issues and problems in your marriage relationship. So I advise seeing the right people who have the skills to do counseling and proper assessment of a situation and help you out of those. That being out of the way, now let's deal with marriage contracts. If you're married in community of property, the other partner becomes liable of half of your debts, and every single decision that you make impact them. Now, it is advisable from a financial point of view that if you are going to enter into a business relationship under that contract, you need to consider what they call business insurance, and they come in different forms. It's an insurance which, in case things go wrong, in case you don't make sales, in case there's a lockdown, it will be able to cover you and make sure that your business stays solvent and it doesn't get to you. That is similar if you are married out of community of property with accrual. Because although your partner is shielded from the losses that you incur while you're still married, over the long term, if you become insolvent and your estate is drawn down to zero, the other partner whose estate has appreciated will still have to share the appreciated portion with you at the end of the marriage. So it is still advisable in this case to also take business insurance to make sure that you don't end up in a situation where your estate is zero and your other partner has to now come into a decision which would be in a way similar to the in community of property. But when you are married out of community of property, it means that your two estates don't mix at all. Then what happens then is, if you were to lose everything as a result of a bad business decision, you go down and your spouse does not have to go down. Needless to say that in the beginning, I said that any kind of financial loss that poses a threat to the standard of living and the property that you have will confuse in a way or another your relationship. But under this contract, it doesn't affect the other spouse. Although it's not awesome, it does provide a layer of protection against the two. But nevertheless, I would still recommend that you get an insurance that protects you from the business risks. Because I bet you, if you have kids, they won't be proud that at least mom's assets are protected. They will still want to go to the school they used to. They will still want to play sports and do the activities they used to, even after you've become insolvent. Meaning that it's a loss for them either way. And for them to win is for your assets to be preserved at all times. So the point we're drawing out of this is that where there is a way to avoid personal loss as a result of a business decision, please, my advice is you use it. You take appropriate insurance, appropriate covers, appropriate business risk prevention measures, and make sure that you remain solvent, and make sure that that marriage contract, whatever it is, you don't have to deal with sad and very difficult conversations around the irresponsibility and inability to manage finances. This is Surisani Matodzi, and I'm bringing you this part 2 of the marriage contract and how it affects your decisions that you make that are financial. I like to say there are lawyers out there who will deal with the technical things in law about these contracts. But what we do here, we're just focusing on how do you manage the finances with any implication and consequences that comes with the contract that your legal advisor has advised you. Thank you.